I don't know what's happening right now on social media, but guys, it's totally fine to get a 9 to 5 job. I'm in the tech industry since 15 years. I've been mostly a freelancer, an entrepreneur. I only had a job for 6 months. But I know a lot of people that did way, way better than me being an employee all their life. And it's not because you're an employee that you're not going to be happy and make money. The first people at Facebook, most of them, they are all millionaires. I think it's a lot of people, 1,000 people. But okay, that's not a real example because it will be very hard for you to get into a company like Facebook at the time they did that, all right? But you can definitely make a lot of money with a 9 to 5 and you get less responsibilities, less stress and stuff, okay? And at the end of your life, you will do fine. We don't see the problem being an entrepreneur. The main problems of being an entrepreneur, most of the people, they can't handle it, okay? They can't handle the stress, they can't handle the lack of money and stuff. And I want to talk about that in that video because we give too much dreams to people, and most of the people, they would be way better in a 9 to 5. All right, guys, thank you so much for being on this video. My name is G, and if you don't know me, you are on my secondary YouTube channel where I post raw dailies. And I got a main YouTube channel called Code with Guillaume with 180k followers. Please subscribe. I think we are 32, 33. I don't really care, but it's just for the hook of the beginning of this video. I hope you guys are fine. And I really want to talk about that because there's a big dream in the head of people. Like it's really fancy to say, I'm an entrepreneur. I have my own company. I'm a CEO, bitch. That's what people say. Okay, you're the CEO of what? Of a company who make 20 grand a year? Like, just make me laugh. It's not even a company. It's just a product online that people subscribe to it. And on 100 clients, you get only 10 who really use it. That's the truth, right? And a lot of people think that the only way to become very rich is to be an entrepreneur, which is true. If you want to make a lot of money, and I don't know why you want to make a lot of money. I mean, I know why. From a lot of people, it's to get a Porsche 911, a very nice house to show people, and probably get a wife or a man that is very handsome just to show it on social media. I'm sorry, but that's the truth most of the time. If you want to have a lot of money, of course, the best opportunity for you is to create a company. But you got to know that what we don't say, we say that most of the people who are rich, 75% are entrepreneur, blah, blah, blah. What we don't say is that how many people didn't get rich being entrepreneur. And I think the number is way, way bigger. Okay? So being an entrepreneur for the money, that's fine. But not having in mind that you're going to take a lot of risk and it's going to be a very long way and probably you will have nothing at the end, this is a lie. You lie to people if you don't mention that. And I think at my little level where I am right now, with my surroundings and my little audience, I have to say it, right? The best solution for 95% of people is to get a job and to get a new job after that and a better salary every time. And you iterate like that. And after 10 years in the tech industry, you will be paid like never in any job. Because what we don't say that in the tech industry right now, if you are really interested in your job, if you have the skills, if you have the determination, the discipline just to grow your skills and your mindset, dude, you will go very, very far and ending up with a 6-figure, okay? You will end up with a 6-figure. Of course, you're not going to own the company. Of course, you're not going to have equity for some times, for a lot of people and for many, many times. But that's fine, dude. If you earn 6-figure a year, like you can work 20 years and in 20 years you can retire in most of the countries in the world. Not probably in Western countries like America or France. It's going to be difficult. Will need more money. But dude, there's 99% of Earth that earn less money than you and they do fine. Okay? So probably it's better for you to work from 9 to 6 and just after that disconnect, unplug your mind from work and earn 6 figures than being an entrepreneur 24/7 earning 0. Okay? And not a lot of people are mentioning that. So why people hate 9 to 5? And I want to talk about that because you will be probably part of the people I'm going to talk about right now, okay? Probably you don't want to have a 9 to 5 because you don't want to have a boss. You want to be your own boss, blah, 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 blah. I totally understand. Everybody would like to be independent, would like to be free, because you look at the relationship between employees and boss like a slavery relation, which is totally wrong. Most of the time, the boss sacrifices himself for you to earn money, and in return, he's gonna keep the value, okay? You gotta accept that, because you got the money right now, at this moment, and you're sure that this money, you will get it. Okay? Forever you will have this money. The boss is not sure to have the value forever, but what is sure is that he gave you the money immediately. That's the game, okay? That's the game. You got to understand that. And most of you, you don't want to be the boss. You don't want to be in the position of the boss that sacrifice without any guarantees. You want to be in the position to get the money right now, okay? And I totally understand. This is my case. I want to be in the position to get the money right now, okay? This is why I consider also coming back as an employee or a freelancer employee, I would say. We can talk about that in another video. That's another topic. So most of you, you don't want to have any boss, but you don't want to be the boss of yourself. So that's an issue because if there's a company, there's a need of someone who's going to run the company. So this is why, if you don't want to have responsibilities, take a job, guys. And you know what's amazing with getting a 9 to 5? What's amazing is that you're not forced to stay in this 9 to 5. And suddenly you're going to say to me, yes, I am. I must stay in this 9 to 5 because I need to pay my bills. Yeah, but dude, you know what? I'm going to tell you something. There's plenty of jobs on earth, right? Of course there's competition. But it's not because there's competition that you can't play. Play the game, play the competition. Try to find a better job. If I was an employee, and as I told you, I've never been an employee, but if I was an employee, guys, you know what I would do? Well, if I consider that I'm not well paid and I hate my job, what I would do is to look for a job every day. And at some point, if you shoot, you're going to hit a target, man. Okay? You're going to hit a target. So try to shoot every day. So you're going to hit a target. You're going to find a better job for sure, right? If you like your job, fine, stay in it and continue and stuff. I know people who stayed employee in companies more than 10 years. It's exceptional in 2025. We are not in the 60s where you used to spend 40 years in the same job. I know some people, it's been 10 years they are in the same company. They make 6 figures. They got way more richer than me. Way more richer than me. They got plenty of money. They didn't have the stress. They didn't have the amount of hours of work I had. It's totally, totally crazy. I gotta say something else, is that you gotta find a balance also if you're an employee. Like, remember, you're just an employee. You're not responsible of the company. So if your boss, if your surroundings, if your colleagues give you too much work, it's your responsibility, not them, not the responsibility of the boss. It's your responsibility to say, no, we got a contract. It says that I work this amount of hours. Okay, I can do some extra sometimes, but not every day. Like if you work 5 days a week and suddenly we ask you to work 6 days a week and you're not paid, this is illegal in most of the countries in the world. This is illegal. You're not obliged to work on Saturday if... There's a lot of cases like that, right? I just take this example for you to understand. Okay? So that's the thing, guys. That's the thing. Of course, if you desperately in need of money, you do like everybody. You accept the job and you wait to find something better until you do. Okay? But getting a job, this is not wrong. I don't know what's wrong with the society. This is not wrong to get a job. We need people, we need employees, we need people who work in companies, and by extension, we need people who create companies also. But the game is not the same. The game is not the same. We are not in the 80s, 90s, where being an entrepreneur was not that risky. I mean, it has always been risky, but not as today. Today, there's way much more entrepreneur. There's way much more money, but the market switch very fast. So you create a product today, in 1 year, it's over. This product is deprecated. It was not the case 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago. Okay? So my strategy would be this. And I'm telling you this because it's probably the strategy I have right now. I don't know yet. But I know a lot of people will watch this video, but I'm going to be crystal clear. Like, I think more and more that having a 9 to 5 is way better than being an entrepreneur. And especially if you are in the indie builder dream. For those who don't know, the indie builder dream, it's all those people who think they're going to make millions with creating a product online from day one. It's never going to happen. It's going to take you years. From all those people, just wake up. Just wake up. If you really want to do a product that will give you enough money to live, keep your 9 to 5. Don't leave your 9 to 5 to go in the job. I got a lot of examples of people coming to me saying every day, I made a mistake, I got to come back to my 9 to 5 because I thought that in 4 weeks, in 6 months, I would earn money and I don't. And this is totally normal to don't earn money in 6 months. All right, thank you so much, guys, for following this daily. Subscribe to the channel. It's a pleasure to talk to you every day. Send me messages, what you think about that. I will be very happy to answer to every message under this tweet, peer list, post, LinkedIn. Thank you. Bye.